guys, welcome back. This is going to be part 10 of Popeye. We're going to finish it in this episode. Last night I did a few things to the cabinet. I put the monitor in it just because it was no big deal. Just bolted it onto these brackets right here. And also I hooked up the speaker. So I got that taken care of as well. Just tried to knock out a few things. I had to make new speaker wires that go down up to the speaker. So now what we're going to do today is we are going to get the control panel populated, put together. We're going to get that obviously installed. We're going to put the T-molding on that. We can get the cardboard made for around the monitor and this backdrop piece. So basically we're just going to finish this thing up today and play a game. Also, we have to, I have to lengthen the wires for the control panel because this was a cocktail table wiring harness. So I'll probably do that off camera because that's just a bunch of cutting and splicing wires together and it's just going to take a while. No point in wasting a bunch of time doing that. So I'm going to go get set up and we are going to get the control panel put together first. Okay, I should have everything I need down here to put this thing together. I did get the new bolts in the mail yesterday to mount the plexi to the board. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put this metal plate back on here. So that sits like that. We got these 4 screws that need to go into it. Oh, I think no, I didn't. The plastic's got to go in there, the washer. That just sits in here like this. Okay, so that is done. So now we can stick this on top. I have my instruction card right here. So I'll have to get that lined up. I think what I'm going to do first is, maybe I could just peel it off. There's a little bit of a scratch right in the middle of where the instruction card goes. Yep. Oh well. This instruction card goes on here. We have to drill the holes for the bolts through the laminate still. Let me, of course I forgot my drill. I'll go grab my drill and we're going to drill those holes so that we can get this bolted down. Okay. Find out what size drill bit I need here. Five 30-seconds. So what we can do is just carefully drill through here. Okay. Should be all I need to do with that. I ordered these bolts from Mike's Arcade. Let's put a couple in on this end. You can see how nice this Lexan is from that company, printed on the backside. you remember when I took this apart, I wasn't able to save the hardware because it was rusted. And this control panel is not in the greatest shape. There's a couple little nicks of wood that are missing, like in this corner here, but I'm not worried about it. It'll be just fine. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting a couple of these started, and then I'll slide that instruction card in there. Tighten it down afterwards. At least now the plastic's in the right spot, so I don't have to slide it around a lot. Mike's Arcade sells new wood control panels. I think they're $55. But we saved ours. It's fine. So now we're going to slide this in here, get it lined up. You can tape it down if you want, but I don't think originally it was. It should just hold itself in place. Just like that. Now I'm just going to use pliers to tighten these nuts up. They don't need to be super tight. The buttons hold the plastic down as well. This is an odd size nut. I think it's 5.5 millimeter. Oh, my washer slid out. Slid the other way. Gotta get my washer back in there for my joystick. There we go. Hopefully that'll stay there when I bolt this down. This is going to be another long video. Last night's was an hour and 20 some minutes, but I was having a lot of problems with that monitor. I still haven't used the degaussing wand on it because I gotta find somewhere to plug in. I need to start moving all the games in the arcade around. I want to start grouping everything together. All my Nintendos, all my Ataris, Midways. I want to try to put them all next to each other. Like for instance, like the Midways, I want to do like Journey and Tron and Tapper and Satan's Hollow. I want to have all those in a row. Okay, we're almost tight here. Next, we'll put in the joystick, bottom of the joystick, and we'll get the buttons put in. So let's do the bottom of the joystick. Our nut should be in here. We have new buttons. We're not going to use these ones that are all messed up. I did clean the joystick the other day. I got rid of all the rust and everything on it. So we're going to find the 4 nuts for this. One of these, I believe, has the ground wire, which goes here to here. How did I get stuck on there? Here we go. I wonder if this nut driver will work for these. Right size or not. Nope, that's not the right size. Now these are metric. They had these double nutted for some reason. I don't know why all 4 of them were double nutted. I could see the double nut where the ground wire goes. Should probably go get a socket. Yeah, let me go grab a socket real quick. Okay, I got my 7mm socket. So now we could use my drill to put these up tight in these. Okay, now they had these ones on top. I don't know if maybe they had a problem with these things getting loose over time, so they double nutted them. I have no idea. But we'll just put them back on. This one we gotta put the ground wire on. Goes this way. Okay, that's done. Now we gotta get our latches. Why do I have extra latches? Oh, because I had that other control panel with somebody had converted that poker game. Okay, those are on. Now we can put on the, one of these are weak and it's missing a hole right there. This is the weak one. I want to put this on the player 2 button because I don't have any more of these brackets. So we'll put this one here and then we'll see which one's player 1 and player 2. I'm going to use new screws on these because those other ones were all rotted out. And I don't know why they only put 1 screw on these. I guess you don't need the 2 because of the button itself holds this side down. Plus it might interfere with the nut, I don't know. Okay, so this is player 2 right here. So we're gonna put the crappy one on player 2. And this one's missing that 1 area to screw into. So we might end up putting a screw right there, but we'll see. I think the button should hold it in just enough. It's not like you're going to be using it all the time. Okay. So now let's get our buttons out. Let's compare the new ones to the old ones. These are from Mike's Arcade. They are a hair shorter in height, the button itself. Tiny, tiny bit. 1/16 of an inch maybe? That's it. Other than that, they look pretty much identical. Nope. Yeah, I can put I'll put a screw up in that corner. At least it'll hold the bracket. Okay, now we could tighten up this nut. I just use pliers and just twist it. Okay, one left. Okay, see how it's looking so far? I think it looks awesome. So now we can put the original wiring harness back on it. If I remember correctly, which I'm sure I probably don't, this should be my this. They have these metal plates. You know what? There's only 3 of those ones. Okay, yeah, these are for the buttons. Now you want to set these. Make sure you don't have pressure on the buttons. And that's too far down because it's pressing the button right now. So we need to loosen this one up. Swing it upwards until we're at the exact spot you want it at. Right about there. Perfect. You want to have it just touching the button. Let me show you. You want to have, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but there's the little micro switch button in there. You want to have this rod just touching that button so that you don't have to travel too far. So now we got player 1 and player 2. These should be in order. Should go this way, but I'm going to look at the book to make sure. Player 2 should be the pale blue, I believe. We got a wiring diagram right here. Let's find it. Joystick. Player 2. Player 1 is green, so player 2 is the light blue. Okay. It had some weird name next to it. These are a bit awkward to put together. I have my ratcheting wrench right here. I know you can't really see what I'm doing right now. I'm just getting this player 2 button started or set in the right spot. Okay, we have one more, which I probably should have did this one first because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get my screwdriver in there. Thought I had a Phillips bit over here, smaller one that I could put on here. I did have one earlier. I don't know where I put it. Well, I guess I'll go grab another one. Yeah, this barely fits in there without even the thing. That's okay. We use pliers to tighten it if we have to. Just want to get this set here. Right about there looks good. What we can do is just take these pliers and spin it. Should have definitely put this one on first, but that's all right. Okay. Good, that's all done. Now I gotta get my book and look at the joystick, but we can put the micro switches on first and then plug the joystick in, wires in. So now we have to put these 4 on, which should go just like that. Is there a spacer? Is that what this is? Spacer between them? I forget. Or did these go on the top? I believe that's how they go. You know what? No, these go underneath. They're used as a spacer to bring them up off the metal. I could see just a slight outline on the metal there. So they went underneath, which makes sense. That's why those screws were already through the micro switch. Kind of thinking that's what those were for. Gives it a little bit more height to clear that center metal piece. Tell you one thing I'm probably gonna forget is how the joystick goes back together. Like I said, I haven't done a ton of Nintendo games, so I might have to look at a parts breakdown on how the spring and everything goes in there. Okay, let's check our wiring now. Up is orange. So I always have to do this because I get confused. Up is orange, so that'll be hitting this micro switch, so this is up. That means that's down. Up is orange, down is yellow, is down. Okay, then we have right. Oh shoot, I'm looking at this upside down. Am I wrong here? Double check. Orange. Yeah, I got them backwards. Wait, no, orange is up is orange. No, I'm right. That's up. Okay, so now right is this one right here. So this side is right. Brown. That means we have one left, which is left is red. Okay, now we got to figure out how this stuff screws back in. These wires are extras. Ground, 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 ground. Say that goes there. After this, we just got to put the joystick in and then put the T-molding on the edge, and then this is done. Okay, it looks like they had one right here. Okay, and then they had one right here. And they had one over here. Then it looks like this one goes down here. Oh, that's where that goes, never mind. One left, which goes right here. I had to cut it off because it was rusted completely. So we're gonna just make another hole right next to it. Beautiful. So our wires are hooked up. They look like they should. So now we need to do the joystick. So now Let's see if I can figure this out. This goes on. I'm sure you guys are yelling at the camera. What's he doing? Now, is there anything that goes on the top part? Does this go on the top part? Then I forgot to put it in, and I got to remove everything to get to it. Well, not everything, but something's telling me that goes on the top. Maybe not. This goes. Does the spring go between that like that? That's my guess. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna see if I'm right. I'm not even gonna look at a picture. We're gonna see if I can figure this out. I'm gonna say that goes like that. I'm gonna say this slides down. I'm gonna go with the spring goes here. Then this goes on the top. And I think I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. Or I'm missing a part. So, let me look here. I don't know if this book has a breakdown on the joystick or not. If not, I'll have to go online and look it up. You know what? I have another joystick. I think I have one upstairs that's not installed in the cabinet. Let me go get it. I think that I'm backwards on that. Yep, I was wrong. Okay, so I had this one out of the Versus cabinet. There was an extra one in the bottom of the Versus cabinet up there. So if you look in here, that flat washer goes first, then the spring, then this. So I was exactly backwards. So I need to pop that out. I need to get that out of there somehow. I don't know if that's going to be hard or not. I think after I get this control panel together, we're going to run upstairs real quick. And we're going to go in my front garage, and I'm going to show you the disaster of the Versus cabinet, how bad it is. I actually contemplating on just rebuilding the whole cabinet. Using that as a template and my guide, and just build a whole new cabinet and then put all the guts into it. I think that might be my better bet. Now the question is I gotta get this in there. Probably to slide that down a little bit. I'm sure I'm not doing this right, but I will get it. Okay, that's in. It's probably an easier way to do this, but whatever. And if you look, there's a little taper on the end of this. That goes towards the spring. Same thing with that piece I just put in there. It has a taper coming upwards. That goes towards the spring. We just got to put our C-clip on, E-clip, whatever you want to call it. It's partially on. Okay, there it is. We are all together. Feels good. So now we can put our T-molding on. Okay, that is good. Let's go take this over to the game, and we'll just set it on there for now, because now I have to do the extend the wiring. And once I do that, we can plug this in. And like I said, I'm gonna extend the wiring off of the game. So let's just set this in here. A little dark over here, sorry about that. We'll just set that on there real quick. It's becoming a Popeye. All right, let's run upstairs real quick. I want to show you that Versus cabinet since we're on the Popeye, or the Nintendo. Okay, this cabinet right here is a Pong clone called Paddle Battle. I do want to get this going one day. I think this would be cool. And I'm not going to restore it. I'm going to clean it really good and put it in the basement. But I don't really know what I'm doing on this. I got a couple boards down there. I'm getting a real scrambled picture. I don't know if the TV is having an issue or not. There's a ton of tubes that came with the game in the bottom, so I'm not sure on that. But here's the Versus cabinet. Move this out of the way. I've got games everywhere if you guys are wondering. So this is the Versus cabinet. It's pretty rough. I don't know what I should do yet. I mean, I'm sure I can fix it. But these things are built like crap. They just use junk wood. So I don't know what I want to do yet. I'll probably end up fixing it. I don't know. Has the back door and everything. Has the monitor adjustments. Has everything in here. I stole the chassis out of that yesterday to get the parts I needed to fix Popeye. So I got to order the parts to fix that chassis now. I do have the Versus board set. I have the Super Mario Brothers and Excite Bike. So hopefully all those, they should all work. But so this cabinet needs a ton of work. The base was completely rotted off. But this was sitting in a barn. I got it for $100. I got it home. See how it's split right here? This is what makes me wonder if I should just make a new cabinet. But I got it home. I looked it all over. I plugged it in, and I got Super Mario side to work. Excite Bike wouldn't work. So we'll have to see what we end up with. But I do want to get this done. I think this would be a cool addition down there. So, all right, I'm going to go do the wiring on that control panel now, and then I will come back and show you what's going on. Okay, these wires are all extended. They are all soldered and heat shrunk together, and then I just took some electrical tape and just covered it all up so it's a nice solid thing. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put this around the back, or around the front. We are going to get this control panel plugged in. Then we are going to plug this game in, and we need to get into the menu for the high score saver kit so that we can put it on free play and stuff. So let me get this plugged in. The only thing I'm not sure about is there's two black wires, and I wasn't sure if I put them in the right order or not. So we might have an issue with player 1 and player 2. I'm not sure, because I wonder if it's this one versus that one. So if that's the case, I need to switch something around, the two black wires. But let's plug this in. And I believe we have to, when I first turn this on, hopefully I can see the menu for the high score save kit. So I'm going to plug this in real quick. Run over here and see if I have to hit something. Nope, that didn't work. Well, I don't know if these buttons even work yet. Let me clean it up. Because these buttons might be, like I said, that black wire might be backwards. Let's see if it does anything. Okay, sweet. Joystick feels like it's sticking a little bit. Okay, it's working. Okay, so now I need to get into the high score saver kit, and I think I have to hold down the two player buttons. Not sure. No. I'm gonna have to look that up and see. But you can see the screen's pretty good. We got a little bit of discoloration there and probably need to adjust it a little bit more. We still got a little bit of a ripple. Not bad though, real slight. But I'll have to look into that. But marquee light's working. So let me look up this high score save kit and see what I have to do. Okay, I believe I have the high score set. I had to go use the service switch to get into the menu. I messed with the monitor a little bit more and now it looks really good. I have to do that still. I got to get rid of that rainbow effect. I can go find a extension cord and see if we can't do that real quick. And then after that, I held this paper up there. We need to make a new poster board to go around here. This poster board was for a vertical monitor because this game was vertically monitored before. So we need to make a new piece a little bit wider than this one. So we'll do that and then we'll make the back piece and then we can put on the front glass. But first I want to use that degaussing wing or wand and see if we can't get rid of that rainbow. But I was getting some interference in the screen over here and some flickering on both sides and stuff. And what it turned out to be was the audio wire for the speaker, it wasn't pushed in all the way. I only had it half pushed in. So it was creating some sort of an interference on the screen. But now that I've pushed that in, it really cleared it up. So let me go find an extension cord and let's see if we can't fix that rainbow look up. Okay, all right, I got an extension cord. Now when I move this cabinet and put it in place wherever I'm gonna put it, I might have to do this again. It seems like it's a little finicky. But let's see if we can't get rid of that rainbow look on this side of the screen. But we have to wait until we get onto the other part of the screen because this all looks good because it's just right down this right side. Still there. The only other thing it could be is somebody had messed with the convergence rings on the neck board. So I might need to maybe turn those a little bit and see if I can get rid of that. Let me try that and then I'm gonna, give me a couple minutes and I'll show you. Okay, let me see if I can move those around a little bit and see if we can get a little better. Now when I first messed with it, this, let me get this out of the way. This player one side was high. Somebody had rotated the whole yoke a little bit. So I rotated the yoke back, but I wonder if those rings is what's causing this side to be messed up. So I'm gonna go back here, take a look. Unfortunately, I don't think I could see. A lot of times what they do when on these monitors is all the rings are in a pile and the factory will put like glue along them all or like a white line. I don't see that on this one because usually you can move them all back so that they all line up to the original line and it usually helps. Because somebody could have put this on, you know, messed with it to make the other game that they had in here to look better. But we'll just play with it a little bit and see if it does any difference. And it also could be the yoke. Could be also what I'm doing is I'm checking my lettering so that all the colors are lining up on top of each other rather than like white being here and a little blue bleeding off to the one side. So you want to try to get them all to line up on top of each other. Not really getting anywhere. Let's try something different. What happens if I rotate the cabinet? Will that change it? Sometimes it does. Okay, that's not wanting to do anything. So this is going to be stubborn and not want to fix. Well, that's worse. Now it's really rainbow effect. So let's see if we can fix that. Wow, he looks good now. Purple. I've honestly never had one this stubborn that doesn't want to fix itself on the right side here. I don't really know what to make of that. I'm going to mess with it a little bit and I'll come back. Okay, I spun the cabinet around. This side looks good now. That side looks like crap. So this is going to be one of those games that I'm going to have to put it in a specific spot in the basement to stop it from doing that. For instance, if I put a game together, a lot of games where this Satan Hollow is sitting, if I put a game together right here at the bottom of the steps, chances are the screen's going to be doing that. And if I rotate the game around, it'll go away. I had this a couple years ago when I was putting together this Frogger. I had it over here by the Satan's Hollow. And I was switching out monitors. I couldn't get it to look right. It looked like crap. And I couldn't figure it out. Then I rotated the cabinet around and it went away. And I think that's the same effect I'm having over here with this one. So we'll just have to, obviously, nothing I do right now is going to fix this unless I move it somewhere right there. That's close. Down here is screwed up right there and there, but the top's pretty darn close. So I'm just going to have to make sure where I put it in the basement, the screen looks good. Also, I cannot put Jump Bug next to Mr. Do. If Jump Bug and Mr. Do go next to each other, they fight. And the screen looks like crap. So, just some sort of interference. So now what we're going to do is we are going to make the cardboard new poster board piece for around the monitor. So let me put this back on the tripod real quick. And then we're going to go upstairs on the cutting table and we're going to cut new pieces out. But I'm going to show you how this fits in here. So how this is this was obviously vertical, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. And we're going to make it without a slit right here. I don't know why that slit is there, if it was supposed to be or not. But if you look closely, it looks like this side's a little fatter than that side. So if I put this in here, we're pretty close on this side to hitting that edge there. And we're about a ½ inch off over there. So I'm going to make it a 1/4 inch longer on this side and a ½ inch longer on the side with the slit. So let's go upstairs and cut out some new poster board. Okay, I have a couple sheets of poster board here. ½ inch bigger on the side that has a slit, 1/4 inch on the other side. And the monitor hole, we could just trace that and make it the same. So we're going to go about a 1/4 inch bigger on this side. Maybe a little bit more. You can always trim it. And then over here, we're going to add a 1/2 inch. This stuff is filthy. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to measure this. This original one is 21 3/4. So we're going to say 22 1/2. Let's go 22 5/8. Make a slit there. Come up here to 22 5/8. Make a slit here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this right where it's at because I need to cut out this hole for the monitor, and I'm just going to kind of have to freehand it. And we got to get that old double-sided tape off the screen still. You can buy these. I think Mike's Arcade sells them. That's going to go in the garbage. Okay, so now we can cut a little bit deeper here and go all the way through. If you go to like Hobby Lobby, this came from the dollar store, this poster board, but if you go to the Hobby Lobby, you can get poster board where the core, the center of the poster board is black. This one's going to be white in the center. But I can just take a black marker if it bothers me and just touch up the edges. It's not a big deal. So I'm just going right on top of my line that I cut the first time, that I scored. And if you're not good with freehand, just get some straight edge. Cut it with straight edge. Okay, there's that. Got a little bit of fraying right there. Clean that up a little bit. Now we can cut our length. Okay, so now we have a new screen bezel. So that's done, that's ready. Now we're gonna make the backdrop piece, which is right here, this nasty thing. And we are going to lay it out. I'm gonna mark it right here. I'm gonna move it out of the way. I'm gonna take my measurement from the edge to where I marked it, and it is 15 1/2. So I'm going to mark 15 1/2 down here. We're going to cut it. And then we just need to make a fold in it, and then a notch, and then this will be ready. Okay, we need to just make a notch right here. This is where that latch goes for the glass, the screen bezel. Hopefully I can get my stapler up there to staple this on. think this was stapled. Maybe it was just double-sided tape. Okay, we have our notch marked. Now, this I'm going to get out of here. We need to bend this. So what I'm going to do is measure how deep my notch is. Just under 1 7/8. So we're going to go just under 1 7/8. I'm going to make a little dot here, a little mark. Same over here. That's the benefit of the core being white on these, is if just scratch it a little bit with your knife, you're going to see that white underneath. So there's our 1 7/8. Now what we're going to do with our knife is we're just going to score this line. We're not going to cut all the way through it. So we just want to make a little bit of a score. Just let the blade kind of glide on the paper. We don't want to go hard with it. Now we need to bend this over. Try to get a decent bend on it. I don't know if I want to go, yeah, I want to go this way. So what I'm doing is I'm bending the edges here. Now I can see a line on the back side. I'll line up the straight edge, and we're just going to go ahead and fold this right up like that, right against that straight edge. Just like that. There we go. So now we have our new back piece and we have our new screen bezel. Those are ready to go in. We can put these on. We're going to use this tape right here. This is a double-sided tape that is really, really thin, but it's really sticky. We actually use this to put, find a scrap piece here. Maybe. Yeah, let's grab this. This is a banner material that we print on. It's a real thick banner material, and what we'll do is fold the edges over like that, double side tape it with that thin stuff, and then put grommets through it, and it never lets go. It holds really well. So let's go back down to the basement and we will install these parts. Okay, I'm going to turn the game off so I can clean the old residue from the double-sided tape off the monitor. I just don't want to be spraying some window cleaner and it get on anything when it's on. So we're going to turn this off. I'll just unplug it and grab some window cleaner and some paper towels. You want to wet the monitor with the window cleaner before you scrape it with a razor blade, because that'll lessen the risk of scratching your glass. So we'll get it wet, scrape off this old glue. Which is actually on there pretty darn good. Jeez. Now the only other thing I need to do is grease up the joystick. It's sticking a little bit. See? It's sticking right there, so I need to get some oil on it. Now I'm not worried about getting all the residue off from this double-sided tape. As long as I get the thickness of the double-sided tape and the cardboard off the glass, that's fine, because the new tape's going to go on it anyways. Just throw that on the floor. I've got so much cleaning to do down here, it doesn't really matter. It's like a bomb went off down here. Oh, one more thing I got to show you guys. I got in the mail the other day, I ordered a Perfect Solution switcher kit. And what that does, the monitor's still dirty even after washing it. What the Perfect Solution switcher kit does is, I bought one so far. If I like it, I'm going to order another one. What this does right here is this is going to combine 2 of the IT games into one cabinet. So I'm going to put Power, Putt, and Golf into one cabinet. I'm going to take both of those Nighthawk computer systems and install them into one cabinet so I can get rid of a cabinet. And then if I like the way this looks, I'm going to order another kit and put the Silver Strikes and bags into a cabinet. So now I've just gained 2 more spots for games down here by not having all 4 of these individually, because there's really no reason to. The only thing I don't really like is that you need to put these 2 buttons on the control panel so that you can switch from Power, Putt to Golf. But I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to hide them underneath, which I'm going to make a video of it because I think you guys might want to see that. But I'm thinking about hiding these player 1 and these buttons down here to switch from one game to the other. Then it's not in the control panel, and you won't really notice it. They'll light up down there, but that's not a big deal. So, all right, let's get this screen bezel put on. Let's test fit it first. All right, that fits pretty darn good. So, take some double-sided tape. I'm actually going to apply it right to the monitor. I think that'll be the easiest way to do it. We'll take some of this, but I'm going to overlap it that way because I don't want it coming down. Only a little bit of it's going to be on the monitor. Maybe a 1/4 inch of it's going to be stuck to the monitor. The rest of it can just overhang. Got some scissors here. Cut that off. So, I mean, you guys can make your own screen bezels and stuff for Nintendo, as you can see, really easily. As long as you have an old one for a template, it's easy. If you don't have one, that's a different story. I'm sure you can still do it. Oh, my artwork is on the way for Dig Dug. The screen bezel and the marquee shipped out from Joe Zavo's last week, and it looks like it's supposed to be here on Tuesday. So I can finally put that game together. And he is working on my Sinistar screen bezel right now. He was waiting on plexiglass to come. So I'll probably work on Satan's Hollow next for a little bit. And then we'll work on the Neo Geo and the Sinistar. But the Satan's Hollow, I'm only going to be able to go so far. I still don't have a joystick. Haven't found one. Probably going to end up having to make one for now. And if I find one in the future, I'll have to just change it out. But I'm probably going to make one out of a Gorf joystick, and I'll have to show you guys how I'm going to accomplish that. I have to take it apart and use part of a Popeye or Pac-Man joystick to make it work. Now this stuff is real sticky, so I think it's just going to stick as soon as I set it on here. I know why they put that slit, to keep it from bunching up. Right here it's bunched up, so we will just put a slit in it like that. I think that's good enough. Now I got to go in the back and put that back piece up there. That was stapled in. Looks like they had double-sided tape and staples. Let me grab my stapler. Okay, I have my little stapler here, so we can staple that piece up on the back, and then we will be ready to put on the screen bezel. How's that look? Not too bad. Obviously it'll look better once it the back door is on. Just let that sit there. Now we can put on the screen bezel. Grab that right here. And I have that bottom bar that I got to put on it too, which I ended up ordering a new one from Mike's Arcade because the original one is stuck on the plexiglass on the old one, and it didn't want to come off, so I just left it on there. I haven't even untaped this to even look at this. This is tinted, so we might need to turn the screen brightness up a little bit once we put this on. But look at how nice that is. All right. Let me grab that bar. It's right over here. All right, now the plexi should just slide right into this bar. A little loose in there because material must be a little bit thinner. Slide this locking bar back. Which is fine if it's a little loose. It's not going to hurt anything. But there we go. Now we can push this bar back. A little bit more. I might have to put that there's a little screw I need to put in that locking bar. Let me go see if I have it. This is the screw right here. I need to put this into the locking bar, and it hangs down, and then it pushes on the plexiglass. So let's lift this out. Easier said than done. It's the only downfall about these. I hate getting stuff out. There you go. Just use a pair of needle nose. So this screw goes into this bar right here. We don't need to screw it in too far, just enough to where it's not going to fall out. Man, do I have a mess. I don't even know where all my tools are. Okay, screw this in a little bit. That should be good. Back up the bar. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to push it real far forward, reach up behind this paper, and tighten this wing nut up. Okay, now that that wing nut is tightened up, that won't, makes it stronger now. I think it makes it so you can't really get it back out without loosening that up. So now I want to plug this game back in. Let's see what the screen looks like. I might have to turn off the overhead lighting in here. Let's see how it looks. Okay, it's a little dim looking because of the tinted screen, but that might be okay because I have the overhead light on right now. Let me turn off the overhead light real quick. I don't know if I need to turn that up or not. Let's see. I gotta get this joystick fixed. Don't hit me. Oh boy. I forget how many hearts you have to get. I need to go over here and drop that thing on his head. There we go. Come on. Now he's mad. Darn it. Try to get around him. Almost filled the hearts up. I have 1, 2, 6 more. Darn it. He got me. I'm going to sit up here for a second. Yeah, I don't know if I want to turn the brightness up anymore. Maybe a hair. Darn it. I forgot. You got to go up to go through. Two more. One more. Oh. Well, let me turn the lights back on. Everything seems to be working good. I'm going to stick this coin box in down here. I need to get the rest of these couple wires tied up inside, put the back door on, and put a lock on the coin door. So I'm going to call this finished. The last few things, I don't think you guys need to see me install a back door or put a door lock on. So, all right, guys, that's going to end this video. That's going to end the Popeye series. This is part number 10. If you guys are liking what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. Any questions or comments, feel free to ask and send them. Other than that, I will see you guys later.